Once upon a time, there was an ancient yet highly developed civilization on the bank of the Euphrates River, the Babylonia. The remarkable clay buildings were decorated with glittering gold and enamel tiles, while the elaborate numerical system could perform complicated arithmetical calculations. Nevertheless, all these incredible achievements are to be credited for one barely perceptible thing. Can you guess what it is? It is their language. Citizens of Babylon used to converse in an identical dialect, which enabled them to collaborate and make progress together. One day, however, the Babylonians decided to build a tower to heaven. This offensive act led to the horrible wrath of God, who decided to punish the Babylonians. However, he did not send any army to attack Babylon or launch any horrifying natural disaster. Instead, he merely confused the languages of the worker. Simple as it may sound, it actually created a grand chaos in addition to a number of conflicts, hence terminated the construction of the Tower of Babel. As you can see, language is an extremely powerful existence that could unite the Babylonians, but could also make them fall out with each other. Just as philosopher Ludwig Wittgenstein once stated, the limits of my language are the limits of my world. In order to prove the truthfulness of this statement, I would like to humbly share my personal experience as an example. But before that, I would like to ask you an interesting question. Do any of you know how my exotic name is pronounced? I mean, the house tried to pronounce it, but he unfortunately failed. I can try to pronounce it. I guess none of you knows that, and I can assume that your words have already been restricted by your language skills. As you might have guessed by looking at my Asian appearance and my weird name, I'm neither Polish nor European. In fact, I'm Chinese who migrated to Poland merely 4 years ago, knowing perfect Mandarin, horrible English, and no Polish at all. You can imagine that my first year in a local Polish school, which is by the way called Open Future, was a complete disaster. I could barely understand what my classmates were saying, not to mention leading my own conversation. I have never been so uncomfortable in my life, and when I look back, I cannot imagine how I got over that. So, I resolved to hit the books and learn the languages by myself. Eventually, after 2 years of hard work, my dedication paid off. I was able to express myself freely using English and Polish, with a lot of grammatical mistakes, unfortunately. 1 year later, I became the laureate of the English Olympiad, and today I'm standing on this stage, right in front of you. So the conclusion that we can draw from my life story is that Polish is a difficult language. I have to say that. But moreover, I would like to add that breaking the barrier of language also opened the door to a brand new world for me. Now I'm proud to consider myself a multicultural individual who regards the world through both Occident and Oriental values. In the end, I would like to come back to the story about the Tower of Babel. The mistake of the Babylonians resulted in the world we have today, with thousands of different languages and dialects. Whether we regard this as a blessing or a curse, we have to accept this fact and try our best to adapt into this diverse world. A way to do this is by extending beyond the limits of our language. Therefore, I strongly encourage you all to start learning a foreign language today. For not only will you know how my weird name is really pronounced, but also because this is the only way by which we can avoid the tragedy that the Babylonians once faced.